Hey everyone, hope you're all doing good. Today I'm going to do a review of my client's scan that she had done through Balanced Health, which uses bioenergetic testing. If you're not familiar with this type of testing, check out my recent posts which tell you all about it. And I'll also share my link with you for the company that does this testing if you want to go ahead and check them out. So her main symptoms, this client, were fatigue, bladder infections, yeast infections, occasional backache, and she feels like there's always something in her throat with a bit of voice cracking. The most stressed systems are the ones in red here, so the nervous system, the blood system, and the lymph system. The locomotor would be next, that's in chronic stress, and then the digestive, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, all the other ones in yellow here, followed by the ones in green, and you can see this one's like darn near at 100%, right? So with the nervous system, this one right here, the nervous system and the digestive system, they're part of that gut-brain connection. If you look at the most significantly stressed systems down here, it shows central and peripheral nervous system. That could be a contributing factor in her fatigue. I'll look a lot into the nourishment side of things when I help make a plan for her. And also it might be a good idea to come up with some stress coping techniques to help, really to help stay calm. Also a noteworthy item here is the nervous system. It's really affected by EMF, electromagnetic fields, and this came up as a resonating sensitivity for her, making the effects possibly worse. And this can also be impacted by various resonating toxins like the chemicals, metals, virus, bacteria, mold, right? The blood was her other one that was really stressed, and this relates really to the integrity of the blood, and we know there's lots of toxins pop up. So a contributing factor could be the bacteria or virus too, and V word, I shouldn't say that. And we do know that she has had high blood pressure, so this will also be a contributing factor there. Also, blood and cardio systems, right here, they go hand in hand, and you can see a bit of stress there, although it's not in the weak or chronic percent range, right? And also circulation came up here as one of the most stressed systems, which will impact the blood stress. So note that the spleen is also popping up too, right? And as far as the spleen, it helps to clean, filter all the blood, and also plays a role in the digestive system, assimilating nutrients. The lymph was her other one, and that's really important to work on clearing this one, because once it's open, it helps keep the rest of the pathways open and helps prevent stress on the mitochondria, the master hub of energy, you could say. If we go to the most significantly stressed, lymphatic drainage, that kind of pops up here, and often the lymph show up along with the immune system as a stress system, like these two here. They kind of go hand in hand too, because if it's busy trying to get rid of toxins but they aren't clearing enough, the immune system is going to be working harder, right? And it gets stressed because of that. When the lymph is cleared though, the immune system, it should improve again. So if you go to her remedies, there's a formula called, where is it? This one right here, Lymphocode, and that one should address it. So in this scan, we see there's lots of toxins, lots of stress. The immune system, this can be a factor in the food and environmental sensitivities that are showing up on her scan. This can also, when it's stressed in here, it can contribute to her fatigue. And once again, the spleen, as you know, it was stressed down here, and it's a point of the body which also driving some of these systems down. That's how it's coming up here. But the spleen, since it pops up there, it's also an important player with the immune system, right? So I just wanted to point out that connection. The liver shows up here too, and it's also a stress system. This can be another reason why the toxins aren't moving out enough, right? And it can also cause an increase in weight or give people a hard time in losing weight. And when the liver shows up as a stress system, it's going to cause other things to be out of whack. It breaks down toxins, it breaks down her meds, it'll play a role in her blood sugar balancing, that kind of thing. When the liver's stressed, it can impact really like nervous system and circulation, let's see, metabolism, right, and a lot more. Her remedy, liver maloo, right here. That's a real gentle one that should provide some support there. And joints, that's related to the locomotor. Pancreas is showing up. It's really no surprise it's popping up since she's type 2 diabetic actually. The pancreas regulates blood glucose levels. And she also resonates with the entero V word, I can't say the V word, which can impact the pancreas too. So then the stomach and small intestine are popping here, and that's related to digestive. And usually when that comes up, you'll see sensitivities come up too, which she does have. And then there's the pituitary and pineal are part of the HPA axis, and that correlates with the nervous system. The gallbladder is popping up here, and it's part of the liver function, really storing bile for the liver. We need to make sure that she's regular, so I'll have that conversation with her. And toxins, this isn't a diagnosis and it's not medical information, so keep that in mind, but rather it shows what's resonating energetically. This list of particular toxins that are resonating, it doesn't show up for her when you get the report, but if you do the scans using my discount code, I'll get the list and then I can relate them to you. They just don't want anyone panicking and Googling and that kind of thing, right? In this scan, I'm only gonna go over the V word section with you for her because according to the remedies, that's what's a priority for her to deal with. It's not diagnosing her with the V word, but rather it just means that at some point she's had an exposure to a toxin and she's held a pattern of it, and it's really creating some stress in her body. So I briefly mentioned this, but the V word that she's resonating with is the entero V word. So typically the entero V word can impact the pancreas, right? We've seen that stress here. And it can be a contributing factor really to blood sugar issues. If we go to the remedy section, we can see that Virutox is going to help clear the V word toxins as right here as a priority for her. As far as other toxins go, actually I should just say this remedy would kind of help show the body, the immune system, how to do its job on its own again. And there's some homeopathic drainage support in her remedies too. And as far as the other toxins go, these scans point to what's impacting you right now, right? And then you work on that. So although there's other things like mold, bacteria, and metals that are resonating, they're not a priority for her to work on. And it's likely that she first needs to support her drainage and trying to bring the body systems closer to that 100% mark first, to get it stronger and fortified. This is really one of the beautiful things about these scans. It prioritizes like what you really need to do and address in the body first, so you know where you're going. Sensitivities, and I wanted to pop in on them again. Here's her list, and as we work to improve the systems through her remedies and some of the lifestyle and nutritional adjustments, sometimes we can clear the sensitivity, but we have to keep in mind that they have to be added back like really, really slowly after you've been avoiding them completely during the remedy, right? Nutritional imbalances, energetic nutritional imbalances, amino acids. There's a few amino acids that pop up lower in the body, and these ones are mostly involved in energy production, muscle growth, blood sugar regulation, maintaining a healthy immune system, metabolism, fats, and fatty acids. The enzymes, protease, breaks down proteins, so maybe that's why she's having a hard time breaking down amino acids, and also a contributing factor to her blood sugar issues. Amylase breaks down carbs. Bromelain can be a sign of inflammation in the body. Minerals, these three here. Iodine really supports the thyroid and purifies blood. When it's low, it can be a factor in why the blood system is showing up stress. And it can cause fatigue, weight gain, and might also deactivate toxins and support the immune system. So that kind of ties into this report with a stressed immune system and lots of toxins. Copper was the next one, and it plays a role in the function of the nervous system, which is one of her most stress systems. And boron is it's needed for the use of vitamin D, among other hormones. And interestingly enough, vitamin D is one of the low ones, right? So vitamin D and B12 also showed up in her blood work that she had done through her doctor, and these were 2 things included in the remedy section, which will help her immune system and her nervous system and energy, among other things. The B can really be burnt up by stress in the body, so maybe that's why that's popping up. Beta carotene is the other one. The liver uses this to make vitamin A. We'll look to the diet to see if she can include some more stuff there. And for energetic hormonal imbalances, hormones just kind of give us like that full picture of what's going on, more than they're really related to the root cause. So I'm not going to spend lots of time going through that here. And back to the concept that the body works synergistically, these hormones might start to balance out like once the other systems do too, right? So the low vasopressin, that helps regulate blood pressure. She does have blood pressure issues, and she's on meds for that too. The high glucogen, this controls blood glucose levels, and she's diabetic, so there's really no surprise that that's popping up there. And these ones here are really related to adrenal glands. So how can she improve that? Making time for herself, exercising, not eating processed food, sugar, alcohol, hydrogenated fats, really limiting caffeine, no trans fat, try to eat more cruciferous vegetables, fermented food, that kind of thing. I'm not going to go through all her remedies, but just keep in mind that they're specific to her based on what resonates with her energetically. They're cross-checked with her meds, her vitamins, supplements, and also they consider her age, weight, height, and so on. So please don't take this as any kind of medical advice. If you want to get your very own scan, just shoot me a message and I will be sure to hook you up. Be sure to use my discount code. I'll put it in a slide next, but it's Nutrilogy. And if you use that, you get $20 off a scan with that code. If you aren't working with me already, I'd love to help you out and review your scan. I love doing this. So if you need help deciphering it, and I can also point you in the direction of what to do next to help you feel the best that you can, really. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, everybody, and see you soon.